this is Hover, and today I am here with a review. I haven't done a review of a actual makeup product, not skincare product, so yeah, so I am here with one, and I am going to review the Etude House Tint My Brows Gel in number 2, shade 2, light brown. And basically, this is like, you know those like lip tints that went around like a craze? It started with Berry Sim and then like whole other brands. This is like the eyebrow version of it. In a nutshell, I'm very satisfied with this product, but I'm going to walk you through the product and you're going to see on the screen how I first applied it, and it wasn't that bad. I can't say that it was a breeze because of course the stains for days, even up to a week, so I was quite nervous about it, but still it was quite an interesting experience. And my right eyebrow tends to be in better shape, and also I'm right-handed, so I find drawing the right eyebrow much easier than the left one. So I started with the right eyebrow, and once I was satisfied with the way I drew it, I moved on to the left side, which is a bit trickier because I have to draw the opposite side of my right hand, and also my eye structure, the actual bone structure, the whole frame of the face is a little bit different. It's a bit asymmetrical. I mean, we're also supposed to be asymmetrical, so it's a little bit tougher to draw and to make perfectly even eyebrows, but you know, they say eyebrows are sisters, not twins. I try to make them as close to twins as possible, but can't be perfect. But also because I struggle to even out my eyebrows, what I love about this is that once I get the eyebrows even with this gel tint, I don't have to worry about it for the next few days. And when you're done, you have to wait for the gel to dry for 2 hours. Depending on your skin condition, it can be a little bit itchy, and also don't forget that you have to do this on a clean face. And my voice is going, oh my gosh. During those 2 hours, you can do anything but go out and, you know, meet other people, because they'll just like look at you funny because you just have this shiny, glossy, super thick eyebrows. Just do it during the night before you go to sleep, take a shower, and while you're checking all your social media, and if you do keep your journal, then write up your journal. And, you know, when the 2 hours are past, you can just peel them off. I read from somewhere that you can even sleep with it on, but they didn't do that on purpose. I wouldn't do that on purpose, but I've left this on for 3 hours and I don't feel like there's much difference. I mean, once it's dry, it won't make any difference. And some people find it hard to peel without losing some eyebrows because the gel tends to be a bit sticky. But it's not as sticky as, you know, wax mixture or anything. So just do it just really slowly. Just peel carefully from the outer corner inward, and you won't have any problem. And you will be left with this very strong pair of eyebrows, which might look funny depending on your taste in makeup. I find it a bit too strong to go out like this, especially if you're using a light color like light brown like this. There are 2 other colors. One is dark brown and one is gray brown. If you feel that it's a bit too much, it's okay, because it's going to wash out at the end of your second day. So, well, technically it's your first day, but let's just say the day of application is the first day, although you did it at night. Let's just say it's your first day, and then you sleep and then you wake up. That's your second day. Let's just say that. That's the way I counted it. You're not supposed to use cleansers or makeup removers for the first 24 hours. I tried to keep that. It doesn't really wash off with just water. I cannot really say for other products because I didn't use other cleansing products. Because on my second day, I didn't actually wear much makeup. If I did, I didn't wear anything on the eyebrows. So, you know, on the 3rd, 4th days, it's perfect. It's really natural. You can get away with it on bare face. It just looks great. I feel that even if I don't have makeup on the rest of my face, I need to somehow shape my eyebrows. But when I do, most of the times my eyebrows end up a little bit too strong, so I have to like put some BB cream on, and then I'm like, oh no, I look so sick, so I'll put a lipstick on or a tint, and then I'll be like, oh, but my eyes, they look so small, so I'll start putting mascara, and I'll be like, oh, but my eyes are too short sideways, so I'll start putting eyeliner. Oh my goodness. But you won't have this problem with this thing on your like 3rd to 5th days, because it's just that natural. So if you want stronger brows, you can just fill in very casually with a eyebrow cake, eyebrow powder, eyebrow pencil. I would recommend eyebrow powder just because the edges are a bit blurrier with eyebrow powder, depending on the brush you use, but still. So yeah, I mean, I find that it's really innovative. I'm sure there has been a similar product somewhere, but it's the first time I've tried it on my eyebrows, and I just find this is like innovation. Like, I've been welcomed into a bigger world, if you know what I mean. So yeah. And if you are fussed up about having to wait for 2 hours to wait for it, imagine if this thing just dried in 10 minutes. That means you have less time to correct your mistakes. So I have no problem with that. I mean, I just do my thing, go on the internet, watch some TV shows, and 2 hours are over like a breeze. Also, I would give myself a good 5 to 10 minutes on each brow, just because if it's on for a few days, and there's nothing you can do about it. Maybe you can conceal it, but that means more makeup. Then what's the point of this whole thing? You know what I mean? So I have no problem with this thing being a tattoo kind of henna kind of product, that it takes 2 hours to dry. I think it actually makes more sense that it takes longer to dry. But because I take so long to draw my eyebrows to keep them even, I have this thing open for a minimum of 5 minutes, and I feel that the formula is getting slightly tackier. It's slightly tackier than the first time I used it. So I was like, hey, this thing might dry up before I finish it. I wish it was a little bit cheaper for a little less product. That means I can, make use of it a little bit more effectively. I don't know, trying to be cost effective or trying to pay less for a product. But you know what I mean? And this retails for about $8, which I think is great for an innovative product like that. I know a lot of products say they're like tattoo on products, but then they have little like warnings say, try not to wash your face because it'll go away. But this thing, while they do tell you not to use a cleansing product for the first 24 hours, come on. If it actually does stay for 5 days, I could do that. I really could. Yeah, I could. So I mean, I have that Etude tattoo brow pen, and it was just freaking crap. I should have seen it coming because it was so cheap, but let's just not talk about it because it just hurts. It does. So yeah, I really am impressed about it. A little bit icky about the whole drying up thing while applying the eyebrows, because you need to clear up your mistakes. I recommend having Q-tips or cotton buds next to you, handy, so when you need it, you can just take it out and get it off as quickly as possible, and you'll be good. Just make sure that you know what brow shape you need. Just make sure you've practiced, make sure you can do your eyebrows with normal eyebrow products, then go on with this. Then you'll have no problem. Seriously, you guys, if you know how to draw your eyebrows and you're just lazy about it, or you can but it takes just too long every day to do it, this is the shit. Seriously, this is the shit. The bomb. The shit. Yeah. That's all I have to say. This is the second application I've used. The first application lasted more than 6 days. It was I would say it would take about 7 to 8 days depending on how often you use makeup, because you know obviously you have to like remove it, and then you would use cleansing oils and makeup removers on your eyebrows, which means it might fade away faster. But on me, I wear like makeup like maybe 2-3 days a week because I'm mostly like staying in, or even if I do go out, I don't wear makeup, stuff like that. So it might be the case that it stayed longer on my face, and also because it fades away but that shape you want is on your skin, it's also really nice to groom your eyebrows, to trim them, to pluck excess eyebrows. You guys, it was a breeze. Like, I loved it because I know some of the instructions or you know beauty tips say to draw your desired eyebrow shape with a eyebrow pencil and then you know pluck away the rest. But what happens sometimes, because those products are waxy, they sort of make your eyebrow hairs a little tacky, and sometimes they're even invisible because they're drawn in so stark, and sometimes it's hard to see how thick my eyebrows are with the product sitting on your hair. But with this, because there is no product sitting on your hair and there is this faint guideline, I wouldn't do my eyebrows like this because even this could be a little bit dark. So I would wait for a couple days for this to fade a little bit more so that I can actually see what kind of hair is sticking out of my desired areas. And for example, this little hair will need a trim, and it's just that easy and that convenient, and I loved it. And also what you need to note is that you might see a little bit of blotchiness here and here, and that is because I didn't apply enough pressure while I was applying it. So most of the gel that was applied was sitting on my hair, which means it didn't tint or stain my skin. So when you draw it, make sure to press on the product. If you have really thick eyebrows, I don't even know why you need this thing, but if you do, I do suggest trimming your eyebrows a little bit so that you won't have this blotchiness happening, little bit of patches of lighter skin, stuff like that. Besides all that, I mean, I couldn't even call that a flaw, if you know what I mean. It's just like technical things. You know, if you're really skilled at it, it might not even be a problem. But I mean, it's such a cheap product, but such a clever product. So I have been loving it, to just walk out of the house not worrying about my eyebrows. And speaking of my eyebrows, just in case you guys don't know, my eyebrows are fully grown. I need to trim them, which is a very good news. I wouldn't say that they are thicker than before. I know some people like shave their eyebrows to get them thicker. I don't think they're thicker than they were, but they're back. So thank you guys so much for worrying about it. Yeah, but anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. I've been blabbering for so long, I don't even know how much I'm going to edit, but I hope you guys had fun watching this, talking about this with me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!